The Knicks, I'm actually excited for them. I haven't seen the city this hype since the Knicks was coming close last year.
Facts.
They're surprising a lot of people. I don't think people ever expected. Now for the Philly fans, yes, I know they're saying that that's not a healthy Embiid you're seeing because Towns would have never been able to do this to me.
Facts.
But here we are though.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been like this. New York City, you know what I mean? Like you said, it has been a while. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I just want the nieces and nephews to see a winning New York Knicks team to say no that I'm not lying, like the uncle wasn't saying. Yeah. These guys was good at one time. And we're back, we resurrected. You know what I mean?
Liberty. Liberty did it. Come on. The Liberty did it.
True that. We're gonna get to them in a few minutes too, because the WNBA season is back.
Yes.
But last night, the Garden party was just so crazy. I just stepped up to 42nd Street to drop that video. I don't know if y'all seen, but it was a lot of people out there, and I love it. We even had tourists, people from different countries, like, let's go Knicks, buying Knicks gear just to fit in. You know what I mean? Yeah. I saw it was a couple that wanted to know what the crowd was about, and I was looking like, you can't be serious. Look at this, you know what I mean? They seen the orange and blue, and I'm seeing them 5 minutes later, they went into the Modell shop, one of them shops over there on 33rd Street, and came out with New York Knicks gear to be a part of it. I was like, that's real. Only in New York, you know what I'm saying? New York. They could have just said, okay, whatever he just said. But we 3-0. We 3-0, went down to Philadelphia. We started with home court advantage. New York and Philadelphia, Mr. Ali, is always crazy. Yeah. It's always drama. That's Northeast.
Rivalry.
Yeah, rivalry. New York
City, on the low, but a rivalry.
That's a fact. New York, Boston, Philadelphia, always competition. You know what I mean? Yes. What you think about that competition, like these three cities? Because you're a real Northeaster yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I know when it comes with hip hop, it's there. It's actually there because we got similar styles, similar just a little bit, and we come from rough environments.
True.
You know what I mean? And we are the black of the black, or the white of the white, or the green of the green, whatever it is. But that's what I think. We're people that's on a map that's facing similar realities.
Right.
And we have different ways of expressing it, though we may be expressing it the same. So that's why it's a style, different styles. You know?
And that's what it is. And the thing is, see, like Boston can put together a heck of a sports team in all categories, but they can't put together, a heck of a rap artist or a certain group or something like. Nothing against Boston artists and stuff like that, but y'all need more exposure. Y'all are a big city up there, and you know what I'm saying. If not, we got to send Mr. 22 up there.
Who else gonna do it?
Open up a Boston shop.
Oh, my God! Wait, hold up! Yo, no, disrespect! Yo, shout it out to Acid Smoke. That's my boy, fucking Boss Mass. That's my brother right there.
Acid Smoke. Y'all heard that?
Acid Smoke.
So it is somebody out there holding
it. He got some heat. He got some heat. I'm excited about the young brother. He supports a lot of people. He on his grind. And I'm glad you said that, because I was about to say, shout out to Benzino, but, Benzino got a lot on his plate.
Right.
We got a young brother.
That's Pike Miles, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a young brother within the mist. Acid Smoke, you know what I mean?
Acid Smoke. Shout out to him wherever he at. Right now. It'd be great one day to, get an interview with him. Visit the station.
Boston Mass. I see you, young brother. Keep doing your thing. Hard work pay off.
But yeah, so real quick, New York Knicks went up 3-0. They went out to Philadelphia, which it ain't easy. This guy, Joel Embiid, after they took out Boston, he had the nerve to say he's mentioning the Knicks name. So easy. So people acting as if we can't do this and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to, just go out there, give it our best. And it's possible. And we need the whole city of Philly behind us. And the whole thing about this was Joel Embiid, you made a statement you didn't have to because the whole city of Philly always behind their teams. So it's just like that crowd was going to be crazy. The same way when they go and visit. I don't like Philadelphia fans when they come to the Mets games. They act like they own the city. You know what I'm saying? But I respect it because they have that vibe that New York had at one time that we just getting back now that the Knicks are winning. Because Philadelphia, they keep that vibe whether their team is winning or losing. And I think about
it.
And New York, I want to see us back on that. You see, I still rock my New York Mets hat regardless.
Well, the Philly fans will tell you about yourself too, though. They say that's a rough crowd, though.
They are.
Baseball game. at the basketball game.
So you see how crazy it was getting right now with the Knicks going up 3-0. So you know it's some fights in them Philly streets. People got tension to relieve. While we watching Joel Embiid hype it up, we see the fact that Karl Anthony Towns going out there doing what he do, because we know that Joel Embiid, he had history with Karl Anthony Towns, and he might have got the best of him at one point. But they settled them differences, and so-called we here. And we fast forward to this point, and the Knicks can go to the Eastern Conference Finals. We had Jalen Brunson last night. He done what he did. He had like 23. Mikal Bridges stepped up, and Karl Anthony Towns. It was such a good team basketball being played yesterday that Karl Anthony Towns only had to have 8 points and 12 rebounds with 7 assists. And this is what made the whole thing much more relevant. I say shout out to New York. We're giving our bench players more playing time this year around. If Tom Thibodeau would have did that last year, results could have been different, but this is a whole new year. Yeah. So shout out to the players. Knicks doing real great. Minnesota Timberwolves, they doing their thing. You know about Anthony Edwards? You heard about him?
First, the injury, shouted out for coming back, because I only saw half the injury and I already thought he was never even coming back.
Right.
I thought that was a Paul George injury right there. You know? So shout it out for him for having those strong young legs to even bounce back.
That's a fact. So AE, you know what I'm saying? We glad you made it back. And San Antonio, you know, shout out to them.
And they went. I know when they won that first game, I was like, impressive. You know,
and they was in San Antonio
because that was for San Antonio's taking.
Yeah,
and you know, it's like, who wanted it? It's like, did you want it?
Man, the way these cats be moving, they have the favorite teams, but I always think the benefit of the doubt. Like someone once told me, and it's stuck. These are grown men; they all professionals, so upsets can happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Upsets can happen,
and that's what's happening.
Oh yeah,
around the board.
But I say shout out to Anthony Edwards, because shout out to Georgia. You know, state of Georgia. You know where the fam at. You know what I mean?
What you think about Wemby?
Wemby, I think Wemby's great. I mean, he is developing to be better than what they said he was going to be, because this young man, he took time to actually go to the right way. He went to the right team, actually took time to hone his skills and to get better. Yeah,
and I believe if he stays healthy, he will be the greatest you ever seen. And the game is evolving, and that's fast, because we just saw Mike. We are witnessing Bron.
I can agree.
Kobe.
I can agree.
You know, and now we're seeing Wemby. You see what he could do. However, can you stay healthy? So you see, everything comes back down to health. You know, you
gotta stay healthy.
The talent, you can have everything, but first you need that health. So,
and you heard that right there, correct, from Mr. 22. You know what I'm saying? Because San Antonio, they have them people over there that just take care of you. Why you think Kawhi Leonard, he became a spoiled child, you know what I mean, of the NBA, because of how they was taking care of him, nurturing him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, all right, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? You all right? Get him into rehab, get him some good medicines, comfortable living. Won a chip, then left. And his life ain't been the same since he left there and won that championship in Toronto and abandoned a winning team. He abandoned a winning team for the second time and got exposed with the load management situation.
But they talk about LeBron.
Injuries.
But they talk about LeBron hopping on teams. I'll never hear that with Kawhi. Why we don't hear that with Kawhi? Because I never heard that.
Because the only difference was LeBron James out of Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, and any of these other guys that try to go to different teams, LeBron always brought the winning mentality, and he brought it. He brought that work ethic, and he made it happen. Like him or whatever, this guy, somebody say, he was flopping, he was crying. He wasn't doing enough of that to compare to the damage he was doing actually on the court. And the thing is, I want to see LeBron and them do good today against SGA and this
speaking of that
team
series,
they got going.
Speaking of that series, what you think? First, I would like to say going to the first tip off of game 1.
Okay.
LeBron knew the whole world was watching.
Yeah, he did.
They won the tip. And he said, give me the ball, and took it right in the middle and won.
Like a veteran.
To let them know what it is.
Yep. And that's the thing about it. This is representing for the culture. 40 plus. It's like they're skipping
all
this whole
generation
getting skipped, like these guys in their 30s, and now the next thing to compare with us or try to catch up are these 20-something-year-old dudes. Like I think SGA and that whole OKC team, everybody is under what 28, 29.
Yep.
You know
Ain't nobody
saying?
30.
On the next team,
Ain't nobody
everybody
30.
over there is about under 29. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's a great start. So.
Winning teams now, these players are younger. If you don't got LeBron's, Steph Curry's, KD's over there, and with KD's kind of question marking now too. That's another topic, but that's what cost the Rockets because KD's situation, people are looking at this man, has he been injured too much or what's happening? You know what I mean?
Ending on LeBron,
How you feel about that?
I feel like he's getting about to they getting packed up. I love him. He's getting packed up. They done. You know what I mean? And I don't know what's going to be his next move, but I appreciate the work that he put in for the NBA. Definitely.
And I agree. And I think this is why LeBron, they gave him this chance to go so ham right now because he might retire after this year. Definitely if he play next year, that's it.
Without announcing it.
Without announcing it. And Bronny's there. And I do believe that Luka Doncic is going to be back, if not this next upcoming game, the one after, because they said second round he should be available. And that'll give them the push or pump they need to at least compete a little bit more with OKC. But other than that...
Also, you're hoping if they could push the series another game or two, Luka try to give it a shot?
Yeah, because I would like to see the series go 7 games, or I mean, like this. I've been an SGA fan since he entered the league, but when it comes to LeBron James and this final run right here, this is one of the best ever of all time. Like going out, none of these other guys were this healthy or this active on their retirement before they get ready to go out.
No one never.
No one never.
That's why it's like nobody wants you to, or even if you do it, it's like we know you still got years in you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, is you a show off? And then they like, I know he hearing it. They think I'm just putting up stats. Know what I mean? First, why if you could do it, do it. That's first. If you could do something, do it.
Yeah, because
that's the message. One, if you can do something, do it. Stop listening to people.
That's music, basketball, working, cleaning, just be the best that you can,
Especially if they never done it. How could people tell LeBron James playing ball with the dude? Mike can't even tell him. You know why? Mike ain't never do this. He burnt out by 30-something.
True.
We saw what he was doing at 40. We know how that game looked.
Yeah, it didn't look too good. That's not the
you know how Kobe game looked
about.
At 36. You done. Yeah, you had a nice 60 piece. You think they ain't let you do that? You earned some of that though. But them niggas was your kids. You was playing your kids, and you about to retire, and they know that. You crazy?
See that, and that's real talk. That's real talk. Kobe went out dropping, the 81, as you all know, which Bam, he passed recently, but folks wasn't happy about that. But being on a level of greatness, I guess it's just like, okay, well, there were people out here that say that they've been trying to do music or do things, but they haven't been as active as you have. You know what I'm saying? And like you've been like really committed to, getting your music out there and, really just making it available for folks to hear, listen to. You know what I mean?
You said that availability.
Yeah.
That's number one. You know what I mean? And you have to get it out there. People are distracted in this world, so who are you for them to want to be entertained by or hear what you even checking out? But all these big companies like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Popeyes, they're advertising right in your face, and you subconsciously see it but don't see it at the same time. And it's working for these companies, and I've took that same recipe. So if y'all wanted to know what the recipe is, I'm giving you the recipe and put it back in their face. That's it. Simple as that. And if you love it, no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing something negative or positive, if you don't mind being seen doing whatever you're doing because you ain't ashamed of whatever you're doing, present it. Unless you don't have nothing to present. And then in that case, you got to be quiet. But I think if you got something, you should be promoting, especially if it's positive.
Oh yeah. And that's a fact. And we need more black business. And the thing is, as a black business owner, do you feel the pressures of being out there and knowing that it's still some folks that they just have not stepped into that arena the way that you have. They're still sitting back, but they may be let's say not pumped up to go out there and to do it.
or beat up by the world.
Yeah.
And that's why if you are like that, I'm here for inspiration, you know? And I'm here to inspire. I was inspired, and sometimes we need inspiration. So you have to look at other things, but positive inspirations, and use that as a stepping stone. You know, I just know I wanted better for myself. And another point where I thought you was going as well is like, I see people out there. I wish I could help everybody, but I'm really the one that need the help. Don't look at me and think I don't need no help. I need a lot of help right now, a lot on many levels. Do not think that I don't need help, but I see my people out here, and I wish I could give everybody a job. I wish I could, but sometimes there's no jobs out there, and we have to create, and that's what I was being told.
And you see and that's official, and I agree with you 100% on that, and that is kind of where, I did want to go with it, because some folks, like I say, they'll save for years and then turn to decades that they want to try to do something, but when they see someone like you actually do it and take the chance on doing it, first thing they might want to do is hate a little bit, you know what I mean? Then they look and they're like, damn. Then they go through the stages, I like to call it, of hate. The first they mad, like, man, I could do that, or like, then they like, no, what? Then the next stage, they're looking like, well, bro, you know what I'm saying? Why he don't do this and that? They start to soften up a little bit, because the hate can only stay but so strong, but for so long.
Yeah.
That you're gonna have, you know what I mean, high blood pressure or feel bad, or, let your head explode, or that, you know what I mean, hatred watching folks do what they do. But one thing I know about 22 the label, this guy, you know what I mean, he's been bringing in other artists, like I know you've mentioned before, you know, with
Sunrise,
you know.
Sunrise is in stores right now. He has an EP out. He was my first official artist.
Check it out.
22 the label. His EP is called The Undesirable Chosen, because that's another point I want to make. I'm looking for the have-nots, or for those that think they're have-nots, for the people that they saying there's no value in you. I'll find some value. We all have value. Don't let nobody tell you ain't got no value, like you ain't worth nothing, you know?
That's
I just want to make that a point. So everybody wants to put their music out for the most part. And some people know how to do it, some people don't know how, or some people wait till their opportunity. But I know the people that I have helped put it out, they wanted to put it out, and they maybe didn't know how or didn't have the time to. And plus, I was interested in their stories, because that's what 22 is about too. It's telling a story, you know? But everyone has a story, so everyone needs to tell a story. Are you ashamed to tell your story?
That's real. Everyone does have a story. Brother. But I think it because like it becomes a situation with some people, and you listen to them, and they explain themselves like they're like just a little bit more. They more of an introvert than they think, or they more shy, or more afraid to, you know, be outside with it. You know what I mean? Or just, you know, this is me world. What up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that takes a lot. Like, I mean, I'm watching you, seeing your videos, and, you know, the music, and seeing the movement. I'm like, this guy's not afraid to be outside. Like, you gotta support that, you know, because in the communities
Nipsey
right now,
was outside.
Nipsey was outside, and you see he brought up with marathon clothing and everything, you know.
Pac was outside.
That's right, because you gotta be outside in order to reach the people, to be able to deliver the message.
Or that's not the people you're trying to reach, but those are the people I'm trying to reach. So I know where you're at. You know, the other people I don't know. I'm not a weirdo on the internet. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not a weirdo on the internet. Sorry, you know. I may be entertaining at times, but I'm not here for your entertainment. Don't play with me. But yeah, I'm definitely not the weirdo type. So yes, the people are on the streets, and that's the only way to reach them. Like the FOI, they reach the people on the streets. Even the you know, the Jehovah Witness, they go to the streets. They come to your door. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta go out. We'll come get you. We'll come recruit you. You know what I'm talking about? So
they outside for real.
Yeah. Marketing. Use those strategies. Use those strategies.
Because you know what? It's out here, and I just think that when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever a person's trying to do, you just gotta go out there and put your foot forward, you know what I'm saying? And it's very important to know that it's people out
That's
here.
what I wanted to say too. As you said it, not to cut
Mm-hmm.
you off, brother. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I got that from or heard that from, but yes, so true.
That's real.
You got to take a chance at something, no matter what, whether you're good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So how do you feel about like right now? Because I see like you open doors to help folks, and not only by sharing your experiences and what you've been through your music. Because when you listen to Mr. 22's music, Mr. Khalil Ali, he gives you guys stories and as well as like wordplay and lyrics and things. But it's just like that right there is something that some of the young artists they're not really doing. Like they trying to do other stuff like
I thought
drill,
about that.
follow.
I thought about that.
Do you feel pressure to change what you're doing, or
First I feel no pressure. I do hear the people saying, I need to try different styles, etc. First, I'm boom bap all day. Shout out to the original hip hop. You know what I mean?
Shout out.
Hip hop is still in the building. Never left. Never will. This is all hip hop. What you see, telling your story is hip hop. Doing it with that bop. You know what I mean? Because we got that bop. Hip. You know what I mean? It was hip hop. Now we bopping. You know what I mean? What's next?
Yeah.
Look at that. You know what I mean? So we could take that from a younger generation. But no, I tell them, if you want to listen to that type of music, go find that artist,
Mm-hmm.
So Sunrise, he's a gospel rapper.
Really?
Yes. And then
That's different.
yes.
That's really different.
Surprisingly. And Snoopy, who just released a project today.
Are they on
22 the label, definitely.
Okay.
So now Snoopy, this was a fast signing, so fast that the ink ain't even dried up yet, but we definitely are already gonna release one song. You know what I mean? Sample. We ain't even getting the whole thing. You know what I mean? But it's called Snoop Raps a Little for 22. You already know. Snoop Raps a Little for 22 in stores now. Word. So yeah. And shout out to Breeze, the MC. He's continued to do his thing. We just was at the Sippin' Wine that he threw last week. Shout out to him for not only throwing an event, but a peaceful event. Sometimes we can't even have peace when we come together. So shout out for him for that, And expect some more music coming soon. He's consistent with it.
Now, speaking of new music, you have out the new EP, right? I mean, what's it called?
So we could go back to the last time I seen you. My last project was Cream vs. Nightmares and For the Ladies.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to whoever's listening for the ladies on Mother's Day.
Shout out to the ladies. Happy Mother's Day weekend.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Happy Mother's Day weekend to the ladies. But that record is doing well, especially on radio. Now, everybody wants to think Hot 97 like that's the only frequency in the world.
Right.
Get off it. Get off it. There's many more frequencies. But there's another frequency that's playing that, and shout out to them. And shout out to Philadelphia, actually, because it is a radio station in Philly that's playing some of my records and giving me like opinions about the song and all that. So that's great.
Official.
But since then now, Sunrise released his project, and now I had Nonviolent Verse Violence.
Okay.
Now, I mean, that was a four song EP, and it was it's just what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Because I'm only telling my story, so what you hearing is what I'm going through.
And that's all right now. The Nonviolent Versus Violent, right?
So yes, I came back quick with the fresh Prince of the Game, as you know, that Will Smith remake or however they want to say it.
So is that how you came up with that? Like you felt like you're in that Will Smith of right now in the music game, or like?
Definitely, because I jumped in something new.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I jumped in something new, and just got to do it and got to live it.
Right.
So, and I never heard no one that didn't like that record. So, shout out to Will Smith. know what I mean? Whatever you're going through.
Shout out to Willie.
And I hope you'll want to give me the clearance I really need so I could really take that record where I need to take that record so we both could, know what I mean? All right. You already lived yours. Can I do me now?
True that.
All right.
I mean, Will Smith. I mean, he might could use the paper, but you know, he might
They
already
don't
have
need- I
enough.
don't
But he just do it for the love. It's like, well, he been, you know, rejuvenating. Bringing back his roots in Philadelphia. So
Shout out to Philly. We keep landing back in Philly. What's going on?
Back to the
keep
streets.
landing back in Philly.
Well, Philly is a brother city to Brooklyn, so you know what I mean, in New York City, so it's right there. So that makes it, even though they intense rivals, I mean, it does make it, I mean, pretty much official. But is Philadelphia one of them places? Like I know you said about the radio station that's playing some of your tracks down there.
Yeah.
Like I mean, is there like more on the way? Because sometimes these days radio stations, you know what I mean, getting to play there with everything being on digital platforms. You know, which one do you think is more important to you, or you know what I mean? Is it a combination? Like I mean, traditional radio and digital platform.
Right now, traditional radio because I haven't marketed to them only out the exception of releasing the music on platforms.
Okay.
So that's an interesting question. You know what I mean? And I know like so since I said that I don't see them spin, so the music got to be good. With the streaming, is like getting in the streets with the people. So that's how I'm seeing the streams going up by being out there with the people. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And present the music for them, because that's the only thing I could do. Present it. You ain't got to listen. You could change that frequency too. You know?
True that.
And get back to that whatever you was listening to. You know what I mean? But I came back with 22 Get the Blood Money as well.
That's fire. If y'all ever heard that track, then go on YouTube and on digital platforms to look for it.
And then I couldn't let the fans down. You know what I mean? Because they really wanted me to come with something like, yo, really bring it. So I defined it. Not only did I find it, but I made my first official video with Need a Long Break. If people don't know that. Yeah, I probably had little visuals, but shout out to Golden for shooting that video. We shot it on Easter and Coney Island.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was loving it. I was loving it. You know what I mean? So Need a Long Break in stores now, and that's hard. Hopefully you can play that. That shit rocks. But anyway, and still I had to come back on Mother's Day and give something for the ladies. So I released I Love Holes, HOLES.
I love holes.
Know what I mean?
That's real.
Yes. And now this is for the men actually because it only if you could relate. It's only for a man if you could relate, and it's only for a woman if you could relate. If you can't relate, if you don't live that lifestyle or that's seen those type of scenarios, that's it. You know, pass. Take a hard pass on it. You know. But speaking on Mother's Day again, I still couldn't let women, myself, my grandmother, my wife, I couldn't let nobody down. So I released 22 Years of Pain, in which I shared information to my fans that nobody never knew about.
Okay.
Like how my mother passed away, why I even have long dreads, you know? So, and that was heartfelt.
Shout out to her. Happy Heavenly Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, and then I had to turn around because niggas thought I was playing games. So I had to drop bitch ass niggas on niggas. Cause niggas thought this shit wasn't real. Know what I mean? Now niggas saying this shit real.
Gotta wake them up.
Shit
you know what I mean?
real. Know what I mean? Now it's quiet though. Know what I mean? Like my boy said, I don't give a fuck who got next. I got now. Straight up.
That's official. That's the way it's
Dawn
supposed to be.
718. We got now. Won't kill who got next.
That's it. I mean, I'm not worried about Stephen A or Cam and them. Shout out to them. But hey, I mean, I would love $1 million deal too. You know,
Yes,
just let y'all know. You know,
Yes,
we
sir.
are here. Don't wait till we start building up and adding up more of our own money in here. We looking for investors too now.
Yes.
You know, come shout us
Definitely
out.
looking
You
for
know?
investors,
Yep.
and I'm serious about
All
that.
right.
Know what I mean, if you wanna see how you could get in and fit in, know what I mean, DM me. You already know Mr. 22 the label.
Mr. 22 the label,
On
you heard.
Instagram.
That's how you can reach him for shows, for venues, for
Facts.
pop outs. because
wanna see?
it's very encouraging to be able to work with
Pay
someone
me.
like this that's outside, because some folks aren't going to be able to come across to the people out there. So you want someone to draw attraction to your business, or
knowledge ain't free.
help spread a message.
Yo,
There
great,
you go.
brother. No, you said something. I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Green in Brooklyn, our eco-friendly store. Shout out to Green in Brooklyn.
True that,
Yes,
true that.
yes, on Myrtle Ave.
Oh
Check
yeah,
it
oh
out.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes,
oh yeah.
a great shop. It has something for everyone. For everyone. So if you love Mr. 22 the label, Green in Brooklyn on Myrtle Avenue, come support. Come check it out. Let me
Go
know
out
what
there
you
and support,
think.
y'all. Right in best style right here, Gotta love it, gotta deal with it. Trying to see, is there a favorite part of the city that you have, or just like certain places where you see people appreciate the sound more, or that you just love to be around? Like you get a better vibe maybe in Queens, or
Shout out to
Brooklyn.
Queens. I haven't
And let me just change that
visited
question up a
Queens that
little
much.
bit. I want to say, like, besides Brooklyn, because you're
right,
from
yeah,
Brooklyn,
all
it's like,
right,
okay,
so
hometown
answer that out.
favoritism.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
other four boroughs, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Staten Island, Queens, Manhattan, Bronx. I mean, is there one that you know what I'm saying, really like to, be in, or, influence?
Damn. I'm probably gonna make a lot of people upset with this answer, but I don't like to go past 125th Street anymore. The reason why, I don't know what y'all doing in the Bronx. And stop blaming the kids. Here's why. Because when I left the streets in 1998 at 17 years of age, those conditions was the same then. So now you were expecting 20-something years later, these new generation kids being born into that. And with nothing changing, it only got worse. And it's supposed to be good. The fuck? Know what I mean? Clean
That's
that
real.
shit up. And not by arresting people. That's where people get it twisted when they hear cleaning up. You got to clean up the city. So you think, keep arresting the youth and all. No. It don't. That's not the fucking answer.
And I'm glad you mentioned
You
that.
ain't
because
changing nothing. You still ain't changed no condition. You just lock the people up.
That's another question I want to ask. Like, how you feel about this Mayor Mamdani, and the efforts and what's happening with the police out there now? Is there any difference, or what do you think is happening out here?
Right now, I feel like I'm being targeted by the hip hop police, and I have friends and associates who I'm witnessing them daily.
You gotta be careful.
Even up
that's
until
a real thing for y'all that
up
don't
until
know.
last night. Up until last night, brother, hip hop police came, niggas took niggas radio. Bro, niggas on the block. Know what I mean? Niggas is on the block. Niggas is motherfucking taking niggas radios. One sergeant talking about you can't play it at all. The other cop talking about it has to be at a certain volume. Which one is it?
Right,
And there's no
right.
amplifier. Like, which one is it? You playing games. Last week they came, did the same shit. No, I'm being targeted. Know what I mean? But watch. But make sure you subscribe.
Word, yeah.
Know what I mean? Subscribe and listen. Stream.
That's right.
Book the show. Call me out. See who I bring with me, motherfucker. Stupid. Stop playing with me.
Right, because
playing with
if
me.
they was talking about they wanted more better neighborhood policing, then shouldn't that mean that they would obviously want to respect or work with a man like him to be able to, reach out to the community instead of going in there,
So what they trying to say? He's soft? What they trying to say? The mayor's soft? That's what they trying to say? The mayor's soft and he's not doing nothing?
Yeah, well, because it was like some NYPD folks and higher ups, some folks that said they don't want to listen to the mayor's orders. The man is only 35. He doesn't really, know much about what's needed and
Yep. See
Things
that,
like that.
underestimation. Know what I mean? Everybody could tell you how to do it. They never did it. If it was so concerning, why you didn't drop your hat in the race? So you didn't drop your hat in the race. He did. Now it's his fault that he got elected
That's
at
real.
his age, that the people put the hope in him, like they did in Obama.
And that's the thing
You
about
wanted
it.
change, right? You got change. You wanted a whole different administration. You didn't want what you just had. So they gave you something totally different.
Some folks don't want to see the younger folks do it. Like people under 50 are getting so much slack back from like folks that's like, you know, anything older. It just seems like they want things a traditional way, but there's a different generation. People in their 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, everything. Even teenagers are not doing the same thing that people were doing back then in them brackets. We are all much more advanced and moving a certain way, and we have new challenges. It's like back then, I think one of the most biggest challenges, it had to be a lot of the racism, and a lot of that's still going on to today too. Even in the sports world, the music world, there were people out there that are still getting cheated because they don't know better and they being taken advantage of.
Facts.
You know, Shohei Ohtani just the other year, he caught his own fellow brethren, his accountant, who happened to be another Asian like him. I mean, he could have went and had a Jewish person, a black person, whatever, but I guess he wanted to keep it into the culture. This man was caught taking money and doing stuff too. And this is Shohei Ohtani, they say one of the best baseball players in the world right now.
Wow.
And then you had another situation with, who's the other celebrity? So, you know, the list goes on.
Yeah,
there's a few. There's a few. You know?
Definitely, too many to count.
Yeah, but I want to say shout out to New York City and Mayor Mamdani. There's a lot you got to do to make this city a lot better, and for the cleanup, and for more programs. Maybe make musical programs to be able to open up. Actually, shout out to Mamdani, because another thing. What do you think about? Before we get off the mayor topic, he just put into the hat the funding to make 5 more new schools. And one of them is going to be called the High School of Hip Hop. We're going to have a high school dedicated to teaching hip hop. It's going to be in the Bronx.
I love the sound of that, and I think every child going to want to go to that, or should want to go to there. And that sounds good. Thinking about it, I wish I was a child again, so I could have went to that school.
Right.
And to develop into this, my first experience that I really remember outside of just hearing loose rap music is my older brother trying to force me to hear one of LL's songs.
Okay.
I mean, like, he was so excited, like he wanted his little brother to rock.
Which song?
Because I want to say Mr. Goodball, that was LL, right? Okay. That was his joint. Okay. And I was like, wow. And I just started listening to rap after that. Now I started searching. And
yeah, LL, shout out to him. He's definitely a legend. That's the guy right there. Yeah. You know,
somebody was playing L yesterday. I was like, oh, I remember that L bomb. That shit is nasty work. When you drop that shit, like what? Like, who won it?
Shit, I
like that.
I had to put a young man on to him the other week, you know, and this guy, he's in his 30s and he never heard of Around the Way Girl by LL Cool J. I was like,
so
what?
he needed to have heard.
So somebody got to remake this song. Somebody need to remake this. Maybe 22, maybe that might be something you might have to do. I mean,
I think I actually did.
Nobody made the Around the Way Girl remix.
I did.
You did?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Shoot.
What I'm talking about? We might have to play that now on Mother's Day. You know what I'm talking about?
True that.
Yo.
Shout out to the ladies. Happy Mother's Day.
That's crazy. You saying that. You don't know I got that record out and it's actually doing well.
Oh, shit. We need to play that. You know,
yeah, Around My Way, Girl. That's exactly the name of it.
We can pull that up.
Ali.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know,
yes, sir.
Pull that up in a few. We about to take a little quick break.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we getting down to the end of the show. This was another quick one. We definitely got to have 22 back up here.
Yeah.
You know,
with the whole squad too this time.
With the whole squad too. Sunrise, fellas, get in here.
Throwing niggas out, right?
I mean, Brooklyn all day. That's what it is. And don't worry, you know, you can bring the bottles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The smoke, don't worry. Comfortability is what we about up in here, you know? Yeah. Refreshment for, refreshment for the soul. You know what I mean? Good music, good environment. This is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Right up, man. A lot of black love. That's what's going to make the world better.
They got that record right there. That's going to be your favorite song?
That's it.
That's it. Around the Way Girl? Yeah.
Around the Way Girl. Take the kick. Oh, no. Around the Way Girl. Okay. We're gonna get into this Around the Way Girl. Around My Way Girl. Wow. I like it. Man, that's another thing about Khalil Ali. Like, these concepts, these songs you're coming up with, it's like you have a modern and a traditional soul back there. Like, you just mesh these things because you're giving life to stuff that's like right here. Yeah. These are tracks that people are like, damn.
Nostalgic.
Why I didn't think of that? Yeah.
Nostalgic.
It's nostalgic.
Digging in the crates. I'm digging in the crates.
You remind me like, okay, another brother that I know or appreciate nostalgic stuff is Stizzy's style. But you have a style here that's like, you know, it's just right there. It makes it feel like, hold on, is this really his song or what?
I want to say shout out to all the DJs too around the world. Shout out to all the DJs.
Shout out to all the DJs.
Niggas keep forgetting that the DJs the plug. Shout out to radio too. But I want to say that shout out to DJs because I'm looking for a DJ. So if you got them skills and all that, yo, holla at Khalil Ali. You know what I mean? Might have a check for you. Might have a bag for you. But we got to work. We got to put the work in. You know what I mean? We got to put the work in.
Real talk. Now, before we conclude, real quick, couple of good things. Shout out to Floyd J. Johnson. She made her WNBA debut last night with the Seattle Storm. You know, shout out to her. That was Angel Reese's teammate on that championship LSU team 2 years ago. Now she's out here doing things in Seattle, and she's getting it in with Dominique Malone. And this is going to be a pretty good team in Seattle. They're going to be cool. And she's over there with Zion Cook.
She stayed when Reese left? She had stayed, right?
She stayed. Yeah, she stayed.
She had stayed. Because I was confusing too. Because it was like she always be doing stuff. I was like, is she in the NBA or is she in college still?
Yeah, she stayed. Floyd J did. She was helping them out, getting them a pretty good run. And the fact is, I'm proud of her for doing that. And maybe that it was better for that because in WNBA they still, even though they raised the money, that NIL money in college, the ladies was getting more, so they probably figured, let me collect a few more million here because going up to WNBA, they're not going to get as much.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And getting an education because you could get hurt overnight. So you see,
right?
You know. Sometimes you ain't got to rush into it. I probably wish I had a rap career at 17. But what could I have told y'all at 17? And that was another point I wanted to make when you were speaking about the music and me with the styles and do I feel a pressure of changing it? No. But after a while, hearing them is like, but so much you could say for a man that already just did 22 in prison. What you gonna tell me about your life at 22? You could tell me a lot because we still got different experiences. Well, you know, we both have similar pains. And you know, we got company. Paparazzi's always in the building. Shout it out.
Yeah.
Word up. But yeah, man. So
shout out to Remy. That's Remy out there. It's another artist.
Yeah. Shout out to Remy. But when it comes to, I forgot what I was doing.
Don't worry about it. We can't give it all to him in one shot. We about it's time to wrap up. We're gonna all right. Just a quick shout out to Golden State Valkyries, another NBA new team last year, but there was some new expansion teams this year, and some of them took place last night, including the Toronto Tempo. So there is a team in Canada now in Toronto. The Toronto Tempo, they lost by 3 points, played a really good game, lost to Sonia Cintron and Kiki Ariafin. Don't forget, Washington also has Lauren Betts and Dogic. You know what I mean? The two teammates just won the championship with UCLA. So that Washington Mystics going 1-0 on the Toronto Tempo new team, I'm not surprised. But they're going to figure this thing out. Kiki Ariafin had 12 points and 16 rebounds last night. Lauren Betts, in her debut, only played 12 minutes, had 5 rebounds and 1 assist. They didn't incorporate her a whole lot. And Sonia Cintron, 26, and led them to the win against the Toronto Tempo. Last but not least, New York Liberty. Shout out to them for doing their thing. They won 106-75, crushing Connecticut yesterday. And this was done by 31 drop by Brianna Stewart for holding on and making it happen. And Bernard Hamilton with 12 points and 4 assists. So